Do we maybe even see something like an Enigma? No, they go ES. They secure the mid game here, or the early game a little bit more.
And I think that's where Enchant is really going to come to the powerful hero as well. But here comes the teleportation. They want Hao dead under Ravage. Xiaowei, he's already got use of Ravage. Hao looks like he's going to drop his ultimate, but there's a lot of creeps hanging out. Sunstrike not hitting anything. They're going to give chase to Banana. That's 2 stacks so far. And Banana looks like he's going to run away from the rest of his team. He is going to suicide and buy as much time as possible for his team.
No, looks like he's going to go down. Net, while that was going on, was actually fighting it out with the Satyr, and the Satyr had a blast, but it looks like Banana.
They're going for illusion here, and they actually blow everything. KYXY comes in though. He wants to fight. Rabbit's gonna come out. Looks like the waveform's gonna get hit on the end of it. KYXY still dropping low. Net's gonna come in. He gets 1 kill. Looks like he's gonna die as a result, but he picked up level 6 before that. And I think that fight is over at this point. It's time for Newbee to retreat. Waveform's gonna get 1 more kill. It's a 2-for-1 blinking from Ohio. Fissure's gonna clip. Another Fissure comes out, and Shansha will die as a result. Ohio looks like he's gonna drop quite low as well, but a huge victory for Titan.
That's without the shadow of Sunstrike. It's going to be a bit of a defense here. Extinct walking into an Observer Ward, now gets caught, and that'll be the death of the Earthshaker. They might find a trade though. The Fissure comes out, will Sunstrike steal this? No, he can't.
Fissure's going to come out, and that's going to hit on Ohio. Down to all the Zephyr Blast actually pushing back on the Fissure. Here comes KYXY. He waves in. He needs to replicate out because here comes the Ravage. He needs to get out now, and he doesn't. Wow, the beams are just tearing him apart.
Stolen Fissure definitely helping out in that fight, but and they fight. They take down the 2-3. Now Newbee have access into the racks. Can fight hold it. They're trying for now. They should get the last move slightly forward, but now the counter initiation from the side. The Ravage connects on quite a few. Not finishing them off yet though. BKBs from KYXY and Yamate allow them to hold serve for the time being while they drive Hao back. BKB and Confused hasn't really accomplished much with this, and actually a pretty excellent defense from Titan.
Yeah, Extinct dies to Forge Spirits, which nothing new. But
one lane down, even with great defense from Titan, and now they retreat.
They might get a little bit more here. They're going to have the Aegis again. The Aegis is going to be claimed, but the big Ravage is going to come through. Extinct, he's dropping very fast. He needs to get in there and drop his Echo. No, he's going to die to the focus fire from Newbee. It looks like the push is going the other way. They see Yamate, and Yamate, he's going to get Viper Strike, and he's going to go down as a result. Yamate dies to the poison. Net comes in, he blinks in, and he dies as well. That's 3 and 4 dead. 3 buyback cover comes from Titan. This is a very expensive buyback. What a dunk from Titan. They are still losing the fight, however. Hao is still alive. Xiaowei alive just for a little bit longer. It looks like Luna's going to pick up yet another kill. That is a very, very expensive hold, and they still lost the rack suit.
The up by the time with this actually
Hex him. They hex him. How they see him. The Necrobooks are on the high ground here, Ohio, but it looks like it's Shanshun that's going to be out of position. Ravage on the Fissure breaks it up. They're going to get 1 kill. The mech's going to come in a little bit slow. KYXY, he waves in. He wants Xiaowei, and he gets Xiaowei before the Ravage. KYXY, is he going to die as a result? He's going to make it out. The dunk is going to come in against 3. Moose dropping low. You got to get a kill on Moon. In fact, they do. KYXY back in the fight, and they kill Luna. One more time. Banana's dead. They're all dead. What is this turn? They gotta go back. They gotta defend.
They just died back on the Luna as well. What a turn of events for Titan. Newbee, all of a sudden, in a defensive posture, Titan knowing that if they kill
they're gonna give up the mid-rack. Ravage gonna come out right now. BKB not activated. KYXY, he does have the Aegis Immortal. He activates BKB. They want Hao dead. Hao activates Manta though, and then KYXY putting everybody away.
He's being focused. The Echo Slam comes in. They brought down 2, and there's no buyback on Luna. She's out of the game for 75 seconds. Now Xiaowei, Titan, where there's a will, there's a way, and they might just claim racks off of this. Sangsheng stalling for time. He brought down the bat at the end.
But push this. Supplement damage, master of rewards in a full minute. Maybe you go for a single lane of racks, or you go for a double lane of racks.
They can't go for double. They're going to have to take back 1 and then back. So it's not the game for Newbee. And the tier 2 is down, very well might be. But if they lose more here, they're just making the next lane easier.
He's going to die to the poison, I think. Yes!
Extinct will be the trade though. The towers bring him down, but it means all. Lincoln is a bit odd against all these single target nukes. Nets and Viz. They get spun out by Sangshun here. There's actually a gem on Banana, and now they start going to the end. So Net says, I'm going to ward trap you. This means they won't have it for the high ground, but Sangshun does get caught, trapped in the wards. He will fall. A 1-for-1 exchange.
Use the ward for it though.
Yeah.
I'm not sure whether that's worth.
It can all fall apart if Xiaowei lands a miraculous 2-hero Ravage or something along those lines. And now mid, KYXY, they're being caught out here, and they're wrapping onto him. Extinct's in reserve. They're going to BKB immediately to start this, and does he go in?
He doesn't
Does
wait for him.
He has shotgun. He's waiting for the adaptive strike. Now
Only
goes for
couple-
how it's in. Ravage will fly. KYXY actually getting caught. They can rearm this and go again. It's the secondary Ravage, but he's strength morphing through it. He drops low. He will fall. They threw everything at him. Yamate now left on his own. He can't fight his way out of this. He'll drop as well, but it's the Luna. They got the Luna, and they double buyback. Now the Echo Slam. It connects on two. Song Shung looking to turn this. They'll lose the Earthshaker with the 2 cores into the fight with no Luna for this. She can buy back, but she's not doing it. She's going to be forced to.
Yeah, and she has to. Like, here comes a push. I think if you're Titan, you just... They actually bring it down. They need to commit the mass server war. They need the damage in, because here
There's
comes...
no Ravages, though. There's no Ravages for 25 seconds.
Okay, the fissure block is going to give him a little bit of time to the Roshan RNG bashes, so top GKB. He picks up the agents, but they're stuck in here. The last thing's going to come in from Hao. He does not have Mantisile. Can you burst him down? He gets shotgunned, I think, but Hao's right.
No Ravages. They're still waiting. They do pop the agents, but they lose the Luna. She's going to have to buy back. Roach doesn't actually have the gold for it right now. Completing the Scotty. Oh, what a mess for Newbee. The Ravages come too late. The Tide doesn't have buyback either, and this might just be it for Newbee in game 2. They'll scatter to the winds. Sitting on the high ground and just waiting it out. I mean, what's the hurry, really? Newbee are going to go in. They've got Ghost Walker. They have a double Hexa move. The Refresher's been picked up. Maybe that can turn this. Yamate perched in front. He throws out a Viper Strike. Definitely dodged by Hao. But they push him through mid. This is not the lane to win. Are they going for the throne? It looks to be the case. KYXY will be hexed up. Now he's ravaged one. He can be ravaged again here. He will be. But they blast on Hao. They pulled him deep into this fight. And with the BKB down, maybe they can focus and turn it. Morphling on the sidelines for 10. And they're going straight in. Extinct dropping low. The wards have been deployed to hold the base for now. While Hao is driven out. They've got no Ravages left. They're on the back foot. The buyback for the Morphling. He does it immediately. And now they retreat. The tier 4s are melting in the radiant. And there's still no Ravages for 30 seconds, even after doing this. So they'll have some time here with the wards. They drop them in range of the tier 3, and Newbee will begin to defend. But Ohio's fishing. He's got a blink. He finds Hao of all heroes. Move on back. If they lose the Luna, there's just no damage. Now the Echo coming through. Still no Ravages. Titan finding their openings. They lose their Earthshaker, but now they've dealt with the rest. Morphling, well, he stands strong. Banana on the back foot, herded back by Yamate, cleaned up, back to the well with Yasu's, and this is going to be the third lane of round. And GG! Titan on the back of a miraculous pat and an insane Earthshaker. They force a game 3. Southeast Asia's last hope survives the fight. Another game.
What a comeback. One of the most amazing comebacks I've ever witnessed in competitive Dota. Wow.
It was never even a huge gold swing, to be honest, but
it was a 10,000 gold.
The state of the game was obscene. Well,